Welcome back to the interactive adventures of Dog Mendonça and Pizzaboy. So I've managed to acquire the wooden board.
It's really long and heavy.
Still not exactly sure what it is I'm going to do with it, but it's progress. I start out with the hammer, I got the remote, used the remote to get Demon Dog and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out Mike Tyson out of my way. Traded the remote for bubblegum. Got that. Oh, can I do anything with here? I don't think I can do anything with the wooden board. Use the bubblegum to get this wooden plank.
I have no use for that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Now I gotta figure out what to do with the wooden plank. Can I trade the wooden plank? But they have... All I'm gonna get back for the wooden plank is the hammer. I don't need the hammer. I had that to begin with. Let me speak to the chief here.
Say, Chief.
Don't call me Chief, son.
What do you know about gypsy curses?
I'd rather you didn't use the word gypsy. Or Indian, for that matter.
Fair enough. Can you explain to me how possessing an object works?
Well, you can barely interact with the physical plane now.
Sure, you might open some doors if the wind is...
But in order to really interact with something, you must...
And possessing requires a lot of anger.
I gave you something to practice with. Right now, just try holding it in your hands.
You can sit with us and practice. In 100 years, you might be angry enough to hold 2 objects.
Never mind.
Okay.
I have no use for that.
Plank is obviously going to be used for something. What do I use it with? It's long and heavy. It should be a clue. I have my actual physical body down here. I can't bop him in the head with the plank. I've tried.
I have no use for that.
I don't think I can set the board on fire.
I have no use for that.
I think I can pop it in the furnace.
I have no use for that.
That's pretty much all there is to interact with here. It says I have to get really angry to possess objects.
I have no use for that.
Maybe if I talk to him again, you'll piss me off some more.
You don't know who you're messing with.
Oh, but I do. And if you keep and turn them into the stuff of night...
You son of a...
Talk to him
You
again.
don't know who you're messing...
Oh, but and if you keep and turn...
You son... A giant furnace. I have no use for that.
Is there anything? Oh, just the radiator, huh? Okay, that's right.
It's so cold in here. I think the furnace must be on for the radiator to heat. Or maybe it's because I'm dead. I heard the afterlife is pretty cold. Best to die in a sweater. I have no use for...
So do I need to turn this on in order to get the radiator to heat, but then what? Can't turn the furnace on anyway.
I can't change the channel in this form. I should get the remote for that.
I've already used the remote though. I mean, I could get it back.
Oh yeah, it's still locked from the last time. I wish I was one of those ghosts that could phase through walls.
It's locked.
It's locked. I wish I was one of those...
I feel like I need to get this wrench.
That was even more disgusting than I was expecting. No. Just no. Uh-huh. Could I have that gum you were chewing back? No? That's okay. I can't argue with this behemoth.
Maybe I do need either the remote or the hammer back. I don't know. Open room 420. What would I use to do that? I don't see how that board helps me open that room up. It's like I need a key.
I have no use for that.
I don't think I can open it with the hammer, but I can go get the hammer and give it a shot. Told me to practice with an object, and the object they gave me was the hammer. I can always get this back. I forget which of these two has the hammer. I think she does.
Fighting is not the way. Mind if we trade?
That's disgusting.
Oh, she doesn't want the board?
Mind if we trade?
Forget it, Sonny. Not for that crap.
Oh, well, I can't get the hammer back. Okay, so that's that. I don't think the chief wants it.
Mind if we trade?
Forget it, Sonny. Not for that.
Alright, so I'm gonna need to use that plank of wood. Wait, hold on, let me go back up. I don't suppose I could use it to maybe create a ramp up to the window or something? I don't think so.
It's so cold in here. I think the furnace must be on for the radiator to heat. Or maybe it's because I'm dead. I heard the afterlife is pretty cold. Best to die in a sweater.
Okay, so there's a radiator here too. If I heat the radiator up, I don't know how, I don't see how that opens the door for me, but it's something. I mean, there's a radiator there and one downstairs.
It's locked.
Yeah.
I wish I was one. Oh yeah, I wish I was one. I don't want to put that into my jacket.
Alright, so my next step is getting this furnace to work.
I have no use for that. It's in the physical plane. I wouldn't risk... That bastard is using my body.
Hey, cut that out. It tickles.
Aw, man. That was all my strength.
Hey, cut that out. It...
Aw, man. That was all my... I have no use for... I don't want to put that into my jacket. You don't know who you're messing...
Oh, but and if you keep and turn them...
You son of a...
Hey, cut that out.
Aw, man. That was...
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't even read all of that, but okay. Hated to get a clue, but I'm not gonna sit there and be stuck for hours. So use the... Okay. Use the plank with the chewing gum. That's as far as I read.
Hey! Now I'm able to hold them both as if they were one. Eureka! Exploiting glitches in the fabric of reality. It's so sticky and gooey. At least I didn't throw up in the process. Was my suffering worth all these troubles? Only time will tell.
Sweet, I got a wrench. Maybe I can use the wrench to fix the furnace? Question mark?
I have no use for that. A giant furnace.
I'll use it with the radiator.
I need to see it working to know if it needs some kind of fixing.
Turn this on then.
I have no use for...
Try to give him the wrench, but that seems counterproductive.
I have no use for that.
To heat the wrench up, maybe?
I have no use for that.
That doesn't make any sense.
You don't know who you're messing.
Oh, but and if you can turn...
You son.
I talk to that spectral abomination again. I could try fiddling with the radiator up here, but it'll probably give me the same messages with the other radiator. But I need to have that other furnace running. But it's like, how do I get that furnace running? I've been trying.
I have no use for that.
Doesn't even say anything. Nothing. I could use the wrench with my car to make sure that this guy can't get away or something, I suppose.
I have no use for.
Alright, fine. Use the wrench with the radiator in the basement. I'm trying to, but I can't. It won't let me. Use the wrench with the radiator in the basement to make the radiator upstairs explode and open up a way. Well, okay, but I've done that and it won't let me. So, what the hell? Because the furnace isn't running. And how do I get the furnace to run?
I need to see it working to know if it needs some kind of fixing.
How the hell do I need... I should use the hammer. I don't have the hammer. Oh, can I trade the wrench for the hammer? It wouldn't take that plank, but would they take the wrench? Then I could get the wrench back. This is a really obtuse puzzle.
Mind if we trade?
Certainly not.
Give me the remote. I don't need the remote. So she has the wrench. I need to
Mind if
that.
we trade? No.
She give me the hammer.
Mom told me never to play with my food. For you,
Is
I'll
that
make an
Gandalf?
exception.
Get away from my body!
Tick-tock, loser. Come here. I'm getting hungry.
I don't suppose I could smash him with a hammer. Oh, it's another game, okay.
This can't be. You're getting on my nerves.
Beaten by a mortal. Not too shabby, huh?
You're such an idiot that you don't realize how much of an idiot you are.
Yeah? How does it feel to be an idiot's punching bag?
Ugh. You...
Oh, that activated the furnace. Oh, he is the furnace.
What? No! No! I lost my cool because of you! You got me so angry, I ended up possessing something. Now I'm trapped inside this stupid furnace.
Alright.
You are a stupid furnace.
I will turn your organs inside out.
If you ever get out of that furnace, that is.
Sweet. Let me get the wrench back. I hated using clues, but man, that would have taken me like an hour to get that.
Mind if we trade?
Certainly not.
Alright, you said you needed to see it working before you need to
Now that
fix
the
it.
dipper is fueling the furnace, the radiator is all nice and warm.
What are you doing?
Oh, this? I don't know. There's an open valve. I meant to close it.
Wait, that would add too much pressure and...
Yeah, I know that. Let's see what happens.
Oh! That hurts like hell! Why did you have to do that?
I think it'll help me get to the man I'm looking for. But it was mostly about seeing that look on your face when it happened. And now I can take that back.
Oh, sweet, I get to keep the wrench. Alright, upstairs we go. Okay. Doesn't look like there's too much to interact with here. Oh, there's a boarded up window.
A boarded window. I can climb to the crime scene from there.
Right, but I'm gonna need to remove that, and I need the hammer for that. So trade it back. Okay. So used to items being mostly one use in point and clicks. I mean, it's not the first time that an item's been used multiple times in a point and click, but usually you use an item once and that's it. So I thought once I traded away the hammer, I'm done with it, but clearly not. Alright, lady, give me back that hammer.
Mind if we trade?
Certainly.
Good thing it's a claw hammer. If it was a ball peen, then I mean, I suppose I could still smash the boards, but I wouldn't be able to pry them off, which is what I'm assuming I'll be doing.
I don't want to hammer that down.
Not hammer it down, pry it with the claw side. Come on, man.
I can't open it with my bare hands.
That's what you have the freaking hammer for. Really? You need to use that wrench for this? Hammer makes a hell of a lot more sense. Or do I need yet another different object?
I don't want to hammer that down.
Seriously? I'm gonna be using the wrench for this. I don't know what other object there is. Alright, fine, I'll go get the wrench back.
Mind if we trade?
Certainly.
Okay. That's just stupid.
That hit me hard. What happened? Wait a minute. I'm possessing the wall. I am trapped in the wall. Don't panic. They said panicking just makes it worse. I can't hear my heartbeat. I have no heartbeat. Okay, I can't do anything at all. I think this actually is a good time to panic.
Alright, I suppose this is why they wanted me to use the wrench instead of the hammer, because the hammer would actually be the proper tool for the job, well, other than a pry bar. The wrench is obviously the wrong tool for the job, which is why I slipped and stuff happened.
I am a wall! If I wasn't in such a state of panic, this might have been an interesting experience. This is no time to start talking to myself. Besides that, I'm always talking to myself. If only I had any arms, maybe I could reach it and pull myself out.
So I need something to be an extension. I have this fishing pole? No?
Wait a minute. I am the one.
Right, you should just
The
be able
other
to grab
side
those.
of it leads to the crime scene.
Yeah, you could
Just
look
have
right
to
in.
turn around and...
There you go.
Yeah, that's nice and quiet. I feel so much better now.
Hey, how did you get in here?
Long story, bro.
What do you want from me?
We're just gonna have a little talk.
Oh, so it's interrogation time, huh? Anything else to do in here? Alright, so now it makes sense why they wanted me to use the wrench instead of the hammer. Even though the hammer made so much more sense.
That's the man I came here to see. I should talk. Say, mister.
Oh my, an admirer. The lengths you walked to meet me. You came to the afterlife. I'm so honored.
I didn't come to meet you. Well, I did, but I'm not your admirer. I don't even know who you are.
Ah, the years. They have not been gentle to my looks. But I assure you, I am the one and only Roger Romero.
Okay, Mr. Romero. I came here to ask you some questions.
By all means. Is this an interview? Ask to your heart's content.
I have to find what's the connection between him and Dog. Nadia seems to be the missing link, the one that connects both of them together. But who is Roger? I'll let him speak a little before starting the interrogation. Let's start from the beginning. Tell me your name and a little bit about who you are.
Oh, this is one of those stories. I really need no introduction. I'm the Magnifico Roger Romero, actor extraordinaire, famous bodybuilder, and ex-entrepreneur, inventor of the Romer bars. The only energy bars that guarantee that your hair won't fall out.
But you're kind of fat. I'm pretty sure you're wearing a wig.
That's what happens when you go bankrupt and can't keep eating Romer bars. I blame the consumers. Romer bars were ahead of their time. Years of hamburgers have not managed to fill that hole in my heart. Except for my arteries. Those they filled pretty well.
So, let's focus on... You haven't mentioned how this motel fit in your life. How did you end up here?
Well, I bought this beautiful Victorian-style house, the only one in Lisbon, mind you, as my retirement home. But it was too big of a home for myself. So I decided to reopen it once again as a petite motel. I also still have debts because of the Romer bars. That helped too.
This is going nowhere. Let's try something else. You said you're an actor. You didn't leave that part of your life exactly behind, right?
What are you implying?
I noticed that there are a lot of lights and cables and cameras and costumes around.
Oh yes, of course. Trinkets of my life as a star. Keepsakes, if you will.
So, that's all in the past now?
Well, now it is. But as you might have heard, I know news like this flies around you paparazzi people. I was about to make a comeback, a big one. I was about to film my first film with Caveira in more than 20 years. It was to be a werewolf movie. And as you know, a werewolf morphing scene is what makes or breaks a horror director such as Oliveira. It's almost strange that this was his first.
A werewolf? That has Dog Mendonça written all over it. This is the time to change strategy. Ask the serious questions. What do you know about Dog Mendonça?
I don't know what the tabloids have been telling you, but I never had relations with that man. I don't even know who this Dog Mandioca character is.
That's strange, because he disappeared in your motel. He was with a woman named Nadia. Does that ring a bell?
I don't know any woman by that name.
They were investigating a gypsy curse. You don't know anything about that either, right?
No, of course not.
There were also rumors about a group of people meeting here in this motel.
Nonsense. Is this one of those stories? Motel Romero has been a family place since the day I opened its doors. This is a place where you can bring your children. I'm not associated with any unwanted element of society. Neither do I know the persons you are mentioning and about gypsy curses. Ha! There is no such thing as a gypsy curse.
All right, Mr. Romero. If you're not going to be nice, neither am I. Why are you hiding all those meetings with your friends?
Believe me, if I had any friends worth hiding, they wouldn't have any reason to hide.
Are you sure you're not trying to hide your tabletop RPG gang from me?
I would have you know that that's a legitimate pastime, played by many a good actor, with a long-standing community in which I actually didn't incur.
Too ashamed to show me your character sheet?
No, too ashamed to admit I actually had no one to play with.
So you say you don't know anything about a man called Dog and a girl named Nadia?
That's accurate. I may have heard about Dog Mediocre. Is he a wrestler or something? It sounds like the name of a wrestler. Hot and rabid. A greasy wife beater in a pink tutu. But this woman, Nadia, I know absolutely no one by that name. I've never heard of someone with that name before. No.
That's strange, because an old associate of yours directly related you to her.
Calumnies! How dare that ungrateful twerp tarnish my name after all I did for him?
I also saw a photo of the two of you together.
Oh, don't bother. Nowadays, anything can be photoshopped.
It was a really old photo.
Look, I don't know where you're getting all these rumors. Is that this kind of story? I told you, I don't know anyone by that name.
There's something odd. What is it? So you might know her by some other name, right?
No, of course not.
You're hesitating a lot.
What are these sudden accusations? What kind of story do you want to write? You're the worst journalist ever.
I didn't think about it. But Nadia might not even be her real name. Maybe she's the one who's hiding something. Why are you so scared to talk about the gypsy curse?
Ha! There are no such things as gypsy curses.
It's not that bad to be scared of what we don't understand.
Are you scared of doing good journalism?
No. Why would I be scared of that?
Because you obviously don't understand it.
This is going nowhere. Let's try something else.
Okay.
Why
I'm
are
gonna
you
wanna
so
tease him.
scared to talk?
Ha! There are no...
A big man such as you wouldn't be that superstitious.
Exactly.
I mean, you're so full of pride. There's simply no space for anything else.
Are you making fun of my weight? Is that this kind of story?
No. That would be too heavy.
Oh,
Even
the
for you.
puns.
I'll have you know that I used to be pretty buff back then. It took all those hamburgers to fill the hole the Romer bars had left in my life. They filled my arteries pretty well. Until the end.
There's something odd. What is it? Hey, you said that you were pretty buff at the time. What time are you talking about?
I don't know. The past? Back when I was in my prime? A long time ago in a Lisbon far away.
It seemed oddly specific, as if you were recalling a specific time.
Oh, you can't blame an old man like me for basking in the warm, deep seas of a better time.
Yeah, but it sounded like it was a precise memory. Like when you were cursed by a gypsy?
And it sounds like you're reading too much into it.
I thought I almost had him. Why are you hiding all those meetings with your friend?
Believe me, if I had any friends...
I get it. This might have happened right under your nose. Maybe you just turned a blind eye to it.
Yes, I offered my trademark charm and warmth to all the guests. But how am I supposed to remember the names of two of them?
There's something odd. What is it?
He said 2.
Why did you say 2? I never said they were 2 men.
I don't know. I was applying a random number. Why else would there only be 2 men?
I don't know. You tell me. What were their names?
I already told you I don't know these 2 gentlemen that allegedly met at my motel.
He will keep denying it, but he clearly knows. I'll keep that in mind.
Let's go back to this gypsy curse.
Why are you so big?
Exactly.
I mean,
Are you making fun of my...
no.
I'll have you...
There's something. The hamburgers filled your arteries? Were you suffering from a heart condition? You weren't murdered?
Sadly, no. It would have been a tragic tale. I would have made it to the front page. But alas, no. It was the burgers and a heart, tired of crushing against the waves.
I wonder if he's still trying to hide his fear of a gypsy curse, or if he's honest and the cause of death is not related to it. Either way, this raises other questions. It's not what I asked, but I'll take what I can get. All right, I think I heard enough. I'll tell you what kind of story I can make up with your statements. After the crash of your Romer Bar's business, you were left with a lot of debt. Like everyone with no skills and no brains in your position, you sought the help of the wrong people. To get out of trouble, you decided to do the only thing you know how to do. A movie. So you and your girlfriend found out about this werewolf detective and decided to snatch him for your movie.
No, that didn't happen.
I mean, look at you. You have no acting skills, and you lost your looks long ago. It could only work with a real werewolf. But when you found out that Nadia had managed to fool him, you were so excited that you had a heart attack.
That's not what happened at all. She would never have anything to do with that lousy man.
Admit it. You made up the gypsy curse to get my boss here so Nadia and you could get rid of the debt.
Stop saying that. Her name was not Nadia.
What?
I said her name was not Nadia. Her name was Morella. Nadia was just a stage name she used to hide her gypsy roots. She was cute like that. Didn't want to be judged by where she came from. Didn't want to be judged by how she looked. And she looks stunning. Always funny. Always brave. Much braver than me, that's for sure. You have no right to soil her name like that. I think it's time to confess. I'm already dead, for God's sake. My reputation can't get any lower. Get your hearts ready for a tale of woe and regret. This is that kind of story. I never was very smart, but I had a lot of heart. I was pretty buffed, but I was also a coward. And I liked her. I really did. Thomas Cavera and that monster came to me. He wasn't looking for talent, which I didn't have any of, but he wanted my looks and my big ego. I would have done anything to shine on the silver screen. We did monster movies together, tons of them. None had any great success, but some people cherished the special effects. It was way before CGI, you know. And Morella was there, sometimes when we needed a female lead. And she didn't ever treat me like a tool. She was nice, but she couldn't hide her Roma heritage. Those green eyes, that black hair. Yeah, she was a gypsy, all right. Times were different back then. I didn't know what we were doing. Not back then. The terrible things. When she died on that stage, the others let her bleed to death. I was too scared to do anything. And she damned us. All of us. Morella cursed us with her last spit, blood gushing out of her mouth. And we swore to never tell a soul. Cavera and the monster would come often to see me, to see if I was still true to our word, to remind me. The last time they actually came to talk about a new movie. That bit is true. I was really excited, for the first time in many years. And that's when she came back. As beautiful as the day she died. Preserved like a stone rose. Her eyes piercing through me. piercing my bad, tired, maltreated heart until it stopped. I have no excuses anymore.
Wait, what terrible things are you talking about? Who was the monster? What? What? Pazul? You... I was so close! Oh, now I can't go back to being a ghost until the next moon cycle. Yeah, I know. I asked you to wake me up if the candle was waning. Thanks. I would be trapped back there otherwise. At least I got the name of the director. But I don't know who he is. You know who might? My friend Basco. He loves this stuff, and his encyclopedic knowledge might register the name. He's such a nerd. I should call him. Hello? Basco? Hey, man. How are you? Listen, I need something quick. Does the name Tomas Caveira ring any bells? You're telling me to meet you where? A theme park? What? I'm on my way. Let's go, Pazul.
Welcome to the Maravilloso Mundo de Caveira.
A theme park in Lisbon dedicated to the movies of a local director. How come I never heard of this?
Well, it's kind of a cult place, and you get easily distracted by things like blinking lights.
So, what can you tell me about this director and this place?
Caveira is a cult master. He made a bunch of monster movies throughout the 70s and 80s. All classics.
Monster movies? That sounds like something that Dog would investigate. What was so special about him?
Well, his plots were kind of lackluster. They were always about this guy that turned into a monster and fought other monsters. But he's kind of an unrecognized genius of FX's. His gory depiction of the battles and their costumes put kaiju movies to shame. He inspired modern classics like Human Washing Machine or The Son of Human Washing Machine.
Okay, he seems like someone I should have a talk with. Where can I find him?
He's a very reclusive man. He lives in his own private cinema, somewhere inside the park's labyrinth. It's said that the whole theme park is a test to see who is worthy of meeting him. But no one knows exactly how.
Great. He's my only lead and we'll have to solve a giant puzzle to find him. Night's just getting better and better.
Alright, cool. We'll leave off here and then we'll try to solve this giant puzzle.